fighting at UFC 326, March 7th, getting closer, about a month out now. Rob Font, how we doing, Rob?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, of course, man. Thanks for being on. Great to talk to you. Been wanted to do this interview for a while. I've known Tyson a bit and a couple other guys, so good to
That's
talk to
right.
you. And I mean, I know this answer's loaded or this question is loaded, but in short, what have you been up to since we last saw you in September?
Man, I went to Florida for a little bit, spent some time with the family. I caught like a pretty bad staph infection after my last fight, so I had to like take like 2 weeks off, so that sucked. But chilled out from that. Then once I got cleared, I started picking it back up, training. Just getting back to training, man. That's it, really, man. Spending time with the family as much as possible. And then I'm up in Montreal at TriStar. Just getting ready for this fight.
So you're at TriStar for this one. Are you still at New England Cartel at all, or just switching up for this one?
Yeah, yeah. So I've done my last. I did the Kyler Filler fight, the Matsumoto fight here, and I was planning on doing my last one here. Just it didn't work out the way like it was didn't work out, and yeah, doing this fight here. So last like 4 fights.
TriStar obviously has a great reputation, but it's kind of getting like a second wind right now. A lot of up and coming fighters, a lot of established vets who are now like banging on the door, yourself included. So, what's the environment been up there? I guess since all these high level guys have been moving in.
I think it's just professional classes, professional instruction, guys that want to fight, high level guys that are coming in and just everybody working hard and pushing each other to get to that W.
Wing C was up in there recently, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You
He's
work with
from the
Wing C
area,
at
right?
all?
No, I just got up here Monday, so I think he just left. Yeah.
I was talking
Yeah.
to Arnold Allen before his fight, and he was talking about sparring Wing C. I was like, this is a weird caricature of MMA, but it's interesting and it's fun. So whatever.
Yeah, man, it's interesting what kind of like gets the views, right? It's wild, but yeah, I didn't get to meet him though.
Well, you're fighting another, I don't know what the Zoomers, I guess they call him. You're fighting Raul Rosas Jr. He's another young buck like that. UFC's given you three young guys in a row now. Do you like this as a vet? Like kind of getting the opportunity to stop the hype early?
Yeah, I'm used to it. I've been in this position before. I've done the up and coming fighting the veteran. I'm the veteran fighting the up and comer. Um, it's definitely, like I'm definitely getting older, so I think this is just the way the process works. They try to give you the young bucks, get you out of there, but I'm not leaving anytime soon, man.
And you've already had to prepare for Raul. You guys, the rebooking from a canceled fight. So I guess how does that play into this one? Do you prefer, like, were you excited to get this fight rebooked or did you want something fresh?
No, I definitely was excited to get it rebooked but at first it's kind of like, man, you get that back in your mind, man. I hope he makes it to the fight. That's the only thing that you're kind of like, I would say, like, kind of like had to really sit there and think about it. Maybe we move on to this one, but I think everybody, the team, we all like to fight. It's a big fight. It's a tough fight. It's another like you say, up and coming young kid. I think he's like 20 years old, so it's kind of like it's like he's real young, and which is good and bad. Good as far as a test, good as far as like I want to see what's out there. Like I want to see what the new kids are bringing and how they're approaching the game and testing myself towards that. I'm also putting myself around a lot of these young kids out here in TriStar. I'm trying to like really pick up and learn as much as they can. They're all coming in super well rounded and just and I'm trying to pick their brains on how they approach the game. I started off in the UFC 2014, and it's 2026 now, so there's a whole different there's different ways to approach it. So yeah, I'm trying to pick up as much as possible, but all at the same time, knowing my experience and using my experience at the same time.
Stylistically, is this as simple as he's going to come in, shoot, try to wrestle you, and you're going to try to keep the space in box, or is there more to this?
Um, I think he's going to try to stand up more with me than most with I think. I'm not gonna like think this is just gonna be a straight up like you know I mean it is a grappler versus striker match, but I think it's gonna be a lot more striking than that most people give him credit for. I don't think he's just gonna shoot right off the gate. I won't be surprised if he does, but I think once he, you know what I'm saying, if he fails a couple of takedowns, it's gonna be forced to strike. I think he's gonna, I think he's comfortable enough now in the cage to kind of sit there and throw a lot more. So I do think it's gonna be a well-rounded up and down type of fight. Uh, and I'm excited, man. I think this is a good fight to have. I think he has a huge name, and it's one of those fights that I think like if I'm disciplined, I can go out there and put on a great striking display.
What are your thoughts on this whole Chiwewe nonsense?
I mean, I like it, because he
Funny.
got that buzz, man. He has that like it's funny, he has this thing, not too many people have that, not too many people can pull that off, and it looks organic, So yeah, I like it. I'm saying it, it's everybody else is saying it. It's like
Chiwewe.
yeah, it's constantly in my ear, so it's good energy, like I said, like it's that good energy. I'm rocking with it, I'm rocking with it. I'm trying to jump on the young boys waves, and I'm trying to just like stay as relevant as possible, but still be myself.
Got to stay hip, bro. Got to stay hip in these times.
Exactly. I got a young daughter coming up, so I'm learning. I got to stay up to date.
And big win here, man. Big name. What does that do for your spot in the division and ranking, I guess?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's ranked or not. I'm
I
not
don't
sure
believe
my
he
rank is
is,
at,
no. I
but
think you're number 12, but let me confirm. You can keep talking.
okay. Yeah, but I think there's still some big fights out there for me, especially you got Song he just lost. There's a lot of other fights that are out there that are interesting. There's always going to be some more up and comers, but I'm not too focused on them. I got to bounce back. I lost a tough decision. My last one, I got to bounce back, get back in that win column, and remind everybody.
You are number 12. He's not ranked, but I assume he's 16,
Like
17,
around there.
something like
Yeah,
that.
he's
So
he's close. He's close. Well, yeah, man. There's a lot of up and comers. There's a lot of fights that I could potentially see happen after this one. But I'm definitely not sleeping on him. He's gonna have a high pace. He's gonna obviously he brings a solid grappling pedigree and he's gonna make it interesting. And again, like it is one of those type of things that like I'm the veteran, but like there is difference when you're fighting a guy with that much buzz. There is a
yeah.
difference when you're fighting a guy with like X amount of following, and so there is like a little bit that I'm not gonna look past that comes with fighting a guy like that. But there's also a lot of pressure on his side, that I'm not gonna have to deal with, and I'm not having to prove that I'm the next up and coming. I know I'm good. I just got to go out there and perform and win the fight.
In a perfect world, how many fights do you have this year? And also, like, where do you want to be at the end of the year, UFC wise?
End of this year, man, I want to be I want to at least get three in, you know, three finishes, ideally, perfect world, three in, three finishes. Um, so as I'm getting older, so I only got a couple more of these in me, so I definitely want to get as many as possible I can. I have a couple more years with me, and I everything goes smooth, no injuries. I would love to get in three.
And I'm only asking just because you just mentioned it briefly. Do you have a number, ideally, like how many you want to fight left in your career? I know you said 3 this year, but beyond that, any idea?
Man, I mean, I would say probably like 3 more years, 3, 4 more years, kind of like pushing that. Not necessarily knowing the number, but I think the years I'll be good. I started off pretty late in this, so I didn't
Yeah.
get in um too early, so I'm not too banged up, but I'm also not as fresh, young chicken either. But fortunately, like UFC and MMA, you can be a little older. It's not like boxing, and you still win some fights. Um, I'm always in a competitive fight. I'm never really getting too banged up, so my health is there. I just got to make sure I keep it healthy and enjoy it as much as I can.
Did you watch UFC 324 last night? I assume.
Actually, man, I was having trouble with my Paramount out here in
No.
Canada, yeah. But I ended up going to the gym. I got a late night working and trying to get to sleep pretty early. But obviously, I've been watching the highlights and everything. There's a couple more fights I got to go back and watch, and obviously for studying wise, there's a lot of bantamweights that fought that night. And then obviously Justin Gage, the highlight. I would love to kind of go back and see how that really played out.
Oh, you got to watch that Gaethje Pimblett
Yeah,
fight. It was
yeah,
it was crazy, and I got a lot of respect for Patty out of that one too.
yeah.
Went absolutely to the guns with it. But Justin versus Ilya, assuming that's next, how do you think that fight plays out?
I love that fight. I love that fight, man. I think Ilya is the best boxer out there right now. He could wrestle. He's confident. He's knocking people out. And you got Gagey. You see what he do. He's the highlight for a reason, man. That's just it's one of those fights. I'm nervous just thinking about it. Like sitting at sitting in the corner of his seat, just like that somebody's getting fucked up in that fight. And yeah, it's a great fight to match or to watch really.
And I know you didn't watch the fight yet, but when you do, I'll be curious to hear your answer. But I'm still going to ask you now, anyways. Just Paddy Pimblett, what do you think should be next for him? And the reason I say about watching the fight is he truly, in my opinion, proved himself to be like a solidified top 5 lightweight.
Yeah. Man, he's good. He's good. I think he surprises everybody. He can grapple. I think he needs some rest. And then give him whoever because he's gonna be right back into that mix. Like I think he's obviously he's entertaining. I think he can skip the line for most of the part because how entertaining he is. Outside and inside the cage. I wish I would have saw that fight, but yeah, man, I think give him anybody really, and he's gonna make it entertainment and be right back into that title mix.
And the fight I want to ask you about is O'Malley and Song Yadong. Obviously, it's more relevant to you there. O'Malley,
How'd you like that fight? What'd you think?
I thought it was a good fight. I scored it 2-1 Sean. I know I guess some people thought it was I don't know if I said Sean or Song, but I meant to say I scored it 2-1 O'Malley. A lot of people did score it 2-1 Song Yadong. It was a close fight, but I thought O'Malley, especially later in the fight, he found his confidence again. He came out, started to swing and bang a little bit. But Song's tough, man. He's tough. He gave him a lot of problems. He mixed it up well. So it was just a good fight. What do you think should be next for O'Malley? You think he should fight Petr Yan for the rematch? Because I know Marab's in that mix too.
Man, that's the fight I would want to see as far as a fan would probably be him and Corey Sandhagen.
I was going to ask you. That's a great one
Yeah,
too.
I would say that the fight that I'm pretty sure I know obviously he wants is the Petr Yan fight, which again that'd be another awesome fight. Uh, but you also have Umar in there too. I'm pretty sure he wants the belt, but then I can see them making the O'Malley. But yeah, there's options for him. Obviously, I'm pretty sure Marab wants that instant rematch. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I got to assume he wants that. So it's interesting to see how this plays out. But as far as the strikers delight, Sandhagen and O'Malley makes sense. Umar and O'Malley would be a little tough. So tougher as far as the grappler versus the striker. Um, I think in perfect world, Petr Yan versus O'Malley is what he wants, but we'll see how this plays out. But man, it's so many fights and so many fighters in this bantamweight division that like you can draw it up so many different ways, and they're all going to be a great fight.
Who's your champion at the end of the year in bantamweights?
Man, Peter looked really good that last one, man. Like from the wrestling, the condition, the pace, he even took Marab down, like and I think I don't want to say it, but it might be Peter, man. Like he's looking good, bro.
Yeah, and I asked you that. I phrase it that way because, like you said, there's so many ways this division could play out. You're in a tough division, friend. So
Yeah,
power to you, man.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
know you're all focused on Raul, and you don't really necessarily want to talk about potential opponents next, but you did say you and Song could be a good fight, and I believe you guys were supposed to fight before, and that was canceled. So
Yeah. We were supposed to fight booked twice. It didn't happen. Yeah, booked twice, didn't happen. And yeah, we were always kind of like in that conversation. But didn't play out. That's another one I can see coming up. That's another tough one too. And interesting, entertaining. He's always training. He's always in shape. Like I said, I didn't see it, but I guarantee it was a tough fight all the way to the end of the bell. So yeah, I gotta go back and do my homework, man. There's a lot of fights I gotta watch.
yeah, man, great card. Definitely check it out. And if just tickle my fancy here, if you and Song Yadong do fight, I mean, how does that fight look nowadays? Because like you said, booked twice before, both very different fighters now.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with him, 'cause I've been creeping on him. He's working a lot with J Flow, working a lot of judo off the cage, and I was like pissed. Like I wanted to get some working with J Flow myself, but he got to him first. So like he looked like he's evolving. He's always in shape. The guy looks like a fucking like a shredded statue. You know, the guy's always in shape, explosive. You got mentors like Uriah Faber, Danny Castillo, you know, all the guys out in Team Alpha Male. You know, I've been to that gym before, so I know how hard they train and how much they get after it. And you know, so when you got guys like that and Josh Emmett, you know, like
Yeah.
it's he's around all the right people. He's obviously in shape. It's just more of like again, I especially in the top 10, it's more about executing the night of the fight, and that's the hard part of the sport. It's executing the night of the fight. Some days you're on, some days you're off, some days you're in the middle, but you never know how the decision goes. So it's tough. But with all of it, all that said, man, it's great that I'm even having these conversations still, and I getting an opportunity to even potentially get these matchups again.
I got two left for you, and I'll get you out of here. One, did you see that UFC is now giving 25,000 to every finish on the card?
Yeah, and that's fucking huge, man. Let's go. That's
Yeah, man.
huge.
Like, how does that change your, I guess, attitude going into a fight? Like, does that actually change things?
Yes and no. I think most people are gonna still kind of approach, win first. Um, but you know, but man, like knowing that, I do think people still will push a little harder, knowing that they have opportunity to win 50 and the 25. So I think people will push a little harder. But for me, man, like I'm always trying to get that finish. I'm always trying to get that finish. I'm always trying to get guys out of there as soon as possible. That's just a little extra cherry on top.
My last question, and this is more fan geared. I always like ask fans, hey, interviewing Rob Font, anything you guys want me to ask? Always get a few responses. For whatever reason, the reoccurring theme here wasn't necessarily you. It was one of your teammates, Calvin Kattar. People said, yo, ask Rob, what's up with Calvin? Is he coming back to fight again? Because I know I've seen people giving him critique like, yo, time to hang it up, time to hang it up. So what are your thoughts on this? I know you know Calvin. Where's he at?
I actually just got off the phone with him too. I had to, I had to ask him how long he boils his eggs for. I'm over here boiling some eggs for the week, but yeah, no, he's got Combat Zone, his promotion that's coming up in February, I believe mid February. I forgot the date, but mid February, and then um and then he's gonna come see me. He's gonna come see me in 2 weeks. He'll be here 2 weeks and then for the rest into the fight. But yeah, he's definitely getting back into shape. Definitely moving. Took some time off, but he'll be fighting again. I think it's gonna be more of like probably like, probably midway this year. I would say he'll probably fight again. But he's back, man. Obviously he's not sparring yet. Still been rolling, still wrestling, everything like that. But he's training, man. Obviously it's been tough. It's I think 4 in a row, so it's like it's tough to kind of like not think that way as far as like I'm pretty sure why that's why people are saying like is he fighting again and all that and it's time to hang up, but I don't think so, man. I don't think it is. I personally know he doesn't think so, and I think he still has a lot more, and I do believe one win changes everybody's mindset, and he'll be right back after it, and he'll be another fan favorite like he always is.
There's a couple guys, too. No, more than a couple. There's quite a few guys that have that legend status. They can drop 3 or 4 in a row, and if they come back, it's whatever. It's no big deal.
Yeah,
Where, you get some new guys, drop 3 or 4 in a row, and that's it. So
yeah.
Calvin's not in that boat. Calvin's got more time.
100%.
So
Exactly. Yeah, I definitely think so. I know for a fact Sean and Dana and Hunter, all those guys love his style, love him, and they're gonna give him another opportunity, and I do believe he's going to take advantage of it.
Well, fans will be looking forward to that. They'll also be looking forward to your fight, UFC 326. Rob, appreciate the time, man. Before I get you out of here, anything for all your fans?
Man, just tune in.
There
My
we
bad.
go.
Just tune in. March 7th, man. It's going down. I'm excited to get back. I'm excited for this challenge. Excited for this opportunity, and thanks for having me on, bro.
If that drop of the phone was any indication, I think we're getting some Rob Font hands throwing.
Let's
Rob
go,
Font,
brother.
thank you so much, brother. Kick some ass. Best of luck, best of skill.
Of course, man. Thank you.